The best people that I know, I've got to know through the livestock business. I'm John Rodgers from Western Video Market, and I started in the livestock business with my father and my brother back in, the late 50s. In the early 60s, I had a little herd of purebred Angus cows that I was real enthused about. That was real interesting times. My brother went to auction school, I think, in 1960, and when he came home, he had a lot of home study books and like that, and I got into them, and that's all I've ever wanted to do. It's really all I've ever been able to do, and worked for several auction markets in the late 60s and early 70s, and then in the 80s was fortunate enough to run the what we call Stockman's Market for about 25 years, and during that time Ellington and I got together and started Western Video. Ellington and I and Andy Peak, is Ellington's boy who has passed away. Western started in 1990. Now, I'd sold a couple of video sales of my own, all my own, 88 and 89, but 1990 is when Western Video really started, and I was a rep, Ellington was a rep, Andy was a rep. A few of my good friends, Leroy Pimentel, Richard Stober, both repped some cattle for us, and it just kind of grew from there. When we started, we were thinking we'll have 2 sales in the spring and we'll have 2 sales in the fall. I was the auctioneer when we started, and was for quite a while on my own and by myself, and time marches on and time catches up, and so I thought it was time for me to kind of step aside, and I'm glad I did. These younger guys just do such a good job, and our consignors deserve the best, and we've got the best. I talked about retiring from auctioneering. I can't imagine ever retiring from being a rep. I'd have to be pretty decrepit before I wouldn't want to do that, because the people you do it for become family. You help them, and I feel like we do help them.